And one of my observations, I mean, my entire venture investing thesis is predicated on the global Indian founder, right? Which is founders from India building for the world, as well as the diaspora here. And my observation has been you literally take the same founder, same background. If that founder is here in the valley, there is a tendency for them to pick up deeper problem statements, more challenging problem statements, really push themselves. And I think one of the words that I've been playing around with to define this is having more courage, right? Versus that same founder in India is sort of, maybe it's kind of access to risk capital at that early stages, maybe being a little afraid of the gestation periods, maybe not having role models of that. I think, so just carrying forward your point, right? Of, hey, is this kind of an ops driven, tech enabled product or service versus kind of really taking on deeper engineering problem statements, right? And especially really visible on the enterprise software deep tech worlds, right? Which is where kind of I play.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's changing, like exactly what you mentioned. Actually, it's a very interesting observation, right? How much of a factor does environment play on just the founder mindset, right?
Yeah.
I'd love to, like, maybe you should definitely do a more deep dive on just that one topic. If you have case studies of founders who've just changed geographies, I know a lot more, given that now I think a lot more founders are applying for an O1 very early, moving base, taking that plunge. Next couple of years, you should see strong examples of exactly the statement that you mentioned. I think that's a very interesting observation on how much of an impact an ecosystem can play on your growth journey.
Yeah, I mean, I think the classic reason that's always been given is, hey, be close to your customer. But what
Hmm.
I'm netting out to, especially in kind of the recent years of my experience, is it's actually that enabling ecosystem. It's actually the presence of role models, right? And I'm sure the similar thing applies to somebody, let's say, moving from a Trichy or a Coimbatore to Bangalore, right?
Hmm.
Where you just get exposed to a different quality of founders with different quality of thinking, and just your peer group, I mean, everyone is just thinking and is showing courage at a different level, right? So it's just a softer element. Yeah, the business side is of course self-explanatory, that you need to be close to the customer, you need to understand them better, build trust with people, fundraising, this, that, right? But I think there's this softer element, which, as you said, I think it's super important.